What's up everyone, and welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Well, the competition is officially over, and this will also bring an end to a track that we've been playing on for quite a while now, and that is the Golden Toge. But it's time to move on. We'll try to find something else to play. Well, I mean, it's not like I'm playing a different game altogether. I'm just gonna play it a lot less, basically. Almost not gonna play it at all for a long time. But the car that I'm driving right now is actually the car that has been the fastest around the track in A-Class, which is how the competition ended up finished. If you guys didn't know, I was holding a competition over on my Discord. Link to that is down below if you want to go and hang out there and obviously take part in any future competitions whenever I end up doing those. But basically, the winner is Dom. He is a very fast player. He also does a lot of stuff with leaderboards, so he knows his way around this game. And this is the tune that he ended up using. It's the one I'm using right now, and I'm going to show you guys all three of the final runs, the top three runs that were basically we finished off the competition with. The way this worked, it was like a ladder stage competition, if that makes sense. So like, or I don't know if it is a ladder stage competition. I don't know. It's basically like we had a competition where there's a bunch of people that entered. Basically, then the top 32 went on, the top 16, top 8, and then top 4 went ahead to basically move on to the next stage. We started off with S1, and we went over into C class, then B class, and we finished off with A class, which is what this car is right now. All the share codes for all the runs that you guys will see today will also be up on the screen, so you guys can try them out. So there's the share code for this car if you want to try this thing out. So like I said, this is, I guess, the fastest A class car around the Golden Toge. Now I'm going to try it out myself, just for one time, just to see what it's like, and then we'll, like I said, I'll obviously go ahead and have a look at see the people that ended up actually sending me these runs, and we'll have a look at the top three and see. Surprisingly, the other two runs aren't in the NSX, which is kind of weird. I knew that the NSX was going to be quick. I definitely didn't know it was going to be like the best car. We also had a KTM crossbow or expo, whatever you want to call it. That's very, very quick. We'll have a look at that as well afterwards. But I want to have a look and see what sort of run can I get with this car. I'm probably going to go with cockpit just cause, but the run that you'll see from Dom is going to be from Chase Cam. So you'll see what that's like. So this is my first time driving this car, so I have no idea what to expect here. I don't know if this is going to be, well, obviously it's going to be fast, but I don't know how it's going to drive. By the looks of things, lots of grip. Lots and lots of grip. That's got a lot of grip. I mean, I'm going too fast for some of these corners, and my driving line is dog shit, but yeah, it's really good. You keep your foot planted for such a long period of time with it. Turns into corners nicely. Yeah, I'm just bad, I guess. Oh my god. Here, let's try and do that again, because that was a terrible start. Like I said, I've never driven this car until this point right now, so what I should have done is taken it a lot slower instead of just trying to go full power all the way out at the very beginning. If I took my time with it just for a split second, I think manual clutch is also probably a better choice to play with this car, because I can see how slow it is at changing gears. And for competition's sake, it definitely would be a lot better. Much better than before. Can I go full throttle here? Oh yes, I can. I actually turned in too early. I actually turned in and it went a bit too sharply in. I didn't expect it. So I had to try to correct it, and then I pushed it out too wide. Damn. Yeah, it's really good. It's very, very good. I'm not gonna do a run with the KTM, but I will show you guys the runs there as well. But I just wanted to have a go at myself, just to see what this thing is like. Like I said, right after I'm going to show you guys the actual runs that people were sent in. So like these guys obviously spent a lot of time playing this game, and not only that, they also spent a lot of time driving on this track. So I'm gonna guess they all absolutely hate this track by now. Because I've seen a lot of people still say to me, like, you know, that I have overplayed this track, but obviously now in the last little while I haven't actually... Jesus, this thing grips so hard. Obviously in the last little while I haven't actually played on this track. And we kind of moved on when I was doing something else, but coming back on it again is actually quite nice. I feel like this would be really, really nice if I play it in like a few months' time, you know? For the first time in like a few months. I'm losing my mind. But I'm just saying. Like, if you don't play it for a while, I feel like it'll... It's just a much nicer experience. When I'm saying, like, these guys are probably absolutely despising this track right now. Due to the fact that they've played so much of it. And they put so many runs on it. And everybody hates the way the walls are as well, that you can't, like... It's not that you can't hit off the walls, but, like, if you do hit off the walls with any of your front corners, like, it's over for you. If you scratch off the wall a little bit, then it's fine. But if you hit it with the front corner of your car, it's pretty much over for you. Like, you have to restart your run fully. That was close. How good is this in the gap? Probably very good, actually. Probably very, very good. So the fastest time that I've ever gotten on this track was, I think, like something like a 4:16. So I want to try to see if I can do anything. That was also very close. So I could try to see if I can do anything with this car. The winning time was actually 4:10, which is dumb. It's a really fast time. I'm getting too close to the walls. That is just my fault. But I'm trying to, obviously, get as close as possible to the walls without obviously hitting them, because I'm just using the entirety of the track. Oh no, I ruined my run. It turns it so sharply as well, I just never expect it. That's just my fault. I'm not even playing on some steering either. I probably could have played on some steering and gotten an even faster time. Yeah, this is gonna be solid. It's gonna be like 4:25 or something like that. That was very slow. Well, you know what? It doesn't really matter. Let's just continue, and we'll have a look at the actual good people that have practiced a lot with their cars. You have to watch me do the same thing over and over again. All right, so let's move on to the actual runs that people have made. Now, we'll start off with the slowest of the roads. I can't believe how slow it is. It's so it's not actually very slow at all. The code is up on the screen. Actually, the code for the second place and third place run are actually the exact same. So it's the same car being used with the same code being used. But we'll end up watching two runs. This is, I'm calling it slow, but it's not slow. It's actually very, very fast still. He did a 4:18 with the KTM. So let's have a quick look at it and see what it's like. Where's the volume on this thing? Let's have a quick look at it. Playing cockpit like a champ, like you should be. This KTM's very fast already, I can just tell. Little correction at the start. He's already got better lines than I do. Damn, those brakes, Jesus. That definitely cost them a little bit of time. Then again, obviously, like I said, people like practice all the time and they try to push themselves as far as possible to the limit. I know that the quality isn't the best also, by the way. I'm sorry, but it's not like I can do anything about it. It's the way people have sent in the clips, but like I said, I will end up watching all of them just because. So I'm sorry about the quality for some of these clips. But you can still see vaguely what's happening anyway. Like, he's very fast. Keep it at 110 plus miles an hour through those corners. Here at 120 plus those plus on those corners. That's very good as well. Again, you just need to have a really good driving line. I mean, the more you drive, the more you figure out a good driving line. Especially with the same car. If you keep driving with the same car over and over again, like, you continuously gotta improve. Like, you continuously know how fast you can go for some of these corners, and you can try and push yourself to go even faster every single time. It's the same when I do, like, you know, when people send me tunes for me to try on the Golden Tugget, right? Like, the first time that I do it, if I do one run, it'll be terrible. It's just like I did with the Honda there. Like, it's just bad. But then I do a second run, I kind of figure out what it's like. But instead of doing, you know, like 10 runs with each car, which will take me a long time to do, you know, at least like 40 minutes. 2 runs is just, I guess, just barely enough for me to figure out just the way the car drives, you know? Like 2 full runs from start to finish. Because then I get to figure out what it's like on pretty much every single corner. But again, if you keep going and going and going with the same car, like I said, you do like 10 runs or something, then you'll realize pretty much everything about the car. You realize where you need to brake, you realize where you need to start turning, you realize how wide you need to go for some of the corners, and how shallow you have to dive into some of the other corners and all that sort of stuff. So, and also the speed. Like, I always pay attention to my speed to know how fast I've went through that corner. And, you know, if I do another run and I'm like, you know, 5 miles an hour slower, I'm like, this run is just ruined because I could have gone 5 miles an hour faster through that corner, you know. It's just this game like that. This guy's about the same. He's doing about the same time that I had. I think is very, very similar time to what I had in the NSX. Maybe a tiny bit faster, maybe like a couple seconds faster by this point. But it was very, very similar to my NSX. And then I obviously ended up crashing and I absolutely biffed it, so. Yeah. I think I can get close to these guys, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to beat them. Maybe if I keep practicing over and over and over again, like I said, like they did, but. It's still a very, very impressive time. And we'll have a look now because the next person up did it 6 seconds faster. 5.8 seconds faster? Basically almost 6 seconds faster. So we'll see the difference between this run and that run as well. And then at the very end we'll watch Dom's run, which will be in the NSX. But like, yeah, you can still see like how accurate he is with the way he's driving. It's like such small mistakes that he's made with this run that he's sent in here. I think he could easily match the other 2 runs that these other guys have sent in. It's like right at the very beginning where he messed up a little bit and he kind of oversteered. The crash at the end there slowed him down a little bit as well. I think this guy could have easily gotten 2nd place. I definitely do think so. He's definitely good enough to obviously be top 3 of this competition. So it's not like he's bad or anything. But like I'm just saying, yeah, impressive time. That was very good. Very, very good. Okay, now we move on to the next run. Next run will also be with the KTM. Smack it at the full screen. 412.7 something. He's doing bumper cam. It's a little louder this time around, so let's lower that volume a tiny bit. I'll adjust volumes post anyway, but it's really loud for me. Already slightly less slip. This guy's also playing manual with clutch. You can just tell by the way he's changing gears. I've also had someone recently ask me why I'm playing on like cockpit cam, and I said I gave him the exact answer on why I play on cockpit cam. For people that are wondering why I enjoy these type of cameras, is because I'm closer to the front. Okay, so let me explain to you. If you're driving with chase cam, right? What you're seeing the front end move or whatever, but what you're seeing mostly is the back end of your car reacting to the way the front end of your car is moving. Yes, you can see how your car moves into the corners and stuff like that, but unless I'm drifting where I want to see where my back end is all the time, just so I can see how close I can get to things and how far I can push myself out wide with the car and stuff like that on like the road that I'm driving on. The reason why I prefer cockpit cameras, bumper cameras, and these cameras here, which is like bonnet camera or whatever you want to call it, on pretty much any video game that I want to try go for for runs. So it's either on this game or even on Gran Turismo I play on bumper camera, just because I much prefer it. So when you're starting to turn the car, right? When you're going into a corner and you're starting to turn the car, the first thing that's going to end up moving will be the front end, because that's where the steering is, right? So you start steering, the front end will move into whatever direction, especially if you're doing really, really sharp movements, like, you know, when you're driving stuff like this in this game. It's gonna happen very, very quickly. And it's easier for me to react when I don't do something correct. Or, you know, realizing what I need to do very quickly before I get to see my back end do something, right? I can still drift like this, I can still, like, control oversteer like this, but the thing is, I can react a little bit quicker. Like, let's say I'm going just a tiny bit too wide. I won't be able to tell that with the chase cam as easily as I can with this, right? I can see the front wheels start to slip a lot easier when I'm driving like this, or I can see how much power I need to put down to basically grip up again and go forward. It's just much easier because everything that happens, like I said, especially in terms of steering and accuracy with my steering, is happening on the front end, you know? So that's what I'm trying to say to you. Like, that's why I prefer this view to chase cam, for example. But chase cam is a lot more arcadey. I do like it most of the time I play on chase cam just because it's fun and I can see what's going on with the car and everything like that. This guy's significantly faster. I think he was like 5 seconds faster already. I think that guy was like already like 3 minutes in just before the start of this corner, and this guy was just like 256 or 255. And I think the rest of the run is going to be very similar because, like I said, the guy is only like 6 seconds faster anyway, overall. Like, both of the runs were so similar. This guy, you can tell, just made slightly less mistakes. I mean, obviously that's what counted towards the final time, but he made slightly less mistakes. He's still just, his driving line is still very good. So STGLN, I don't know, like, I don't know what your actual name is, but he got the 3rd place run that we just watched, and then this one is Arctic. And Arctic put a banger of a time down. It's actually very hard to beat, apparently. Yeah, and there it is, a 4:12.720, I think? 7:53, okay. Very good run. Same tune as the other one as well. Yeah, super sick. And now, last but not least, we have the NSX run, which you've seen me do, but also Tom is going to do it now as well. Is this the loudest the video is? It's a little low, but it's fine. Again, like I can work it in post. Yeah, I mean, alright, this thing is just fast. You saw that run. That run is also very, very quick, but like this run is just even quicker by like another 2 seconds. It's not like, see, especially on like a 4-minute run, right? Making up like 2 seconds. I was gonna say it's not that difficult, but the thing is though, like, it's like on the Nürburgring, right? When you have like the top end cars going head to head against each other, like what's the fastest, you know, production car or whatever. Yes, a lot of the time, because it's real life, the conditions of the track change, but it's like such a small movement on a massive track, like, doesn't really make much of a difference, right? Like, if you, let's say, I don't know, you go wide by like, I don't know, 10 centimeters, right, on a corner or something like that. That's not going to be that bad of a difference, you know? Because it's very difficult on a long track to get everything absolutely perfect. There will always be some sort of a mistake or an area where you know you can go a little bit faster in. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, if you keep doing it over and over again, you will start to perfect a lot of the corners, but it's still difficult due to the fact it's just driver error, how quickly you can react to things and how fast you can go to the, like, on tracks and stuff like that. It's like when you're watching F1, and people are doing, you know, all the drivers are doing, you know, like 1 minute runs or whatever. On the 1 minute runs, being like a second off is a noticeable difference. But on like a 4 minute run, being a second off, not that much, right? It's the same like on the Nürburgring. If you're doing like a 6-minute lap on the Nürburgring and you're like 2 seconds off, like the thing, it's not that big of a deal. I feel like you can work in that 2 seconds anywhere else, you know? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I don't even know exactly what the right wording is for that, but that's how it makes sense in my head. Like the longer the track or the bigger the track, the varying times are fine, right? Like if you have a larger variation in time, is fine. Like I said, on a 4-minute track like this, 2 seconds is like nothing. Like you can make that back so easy anywhere. But at the end of the day, the 2 seconds is what won this guy the whole thing. Super sick run. It's like almost nothing in it. He was the other guy was like, yeah, very similar times as well before that corner. Very, very similar times with the KTM. This may be slightly faster by tiniest bit. But very, very similar times to the KTM. Like it's just anything. Because it's such a small track, it's so easy to like make some sort of a mistake or some sort of a bad turn into a corner, or you accelerate a little bit too early and you have to try and correct yourself, or you accelerate a bit too late. You know? It's definitely difficult though to be consistent at the Golden Tollgate. If you want to keep doing this, if you want to do this like properly, like you have to spend so much time. And I fully have to give props to everybody that has taken part in the competition that ended up actually spending time to get the fastest possible runs. Very, very good. And just like that, we come to an end. Well, that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more videos like this on the channel, then of course subscribe. And of course, I will hold some more competitions in the future, which hopefully I'll end up, you know, including a lot more of you guys if you want to take part. Probably not going to be racing next one. Probably going to be something different. Maybe some PR stunt stuff. I don't know. I'll figure that out within the next few months. It's not going to be very early because I need to figure out a nice reward for the competition. Because for this competition, I'm basically giving away every single credit that I have to Dom. Basically maxing out his account with like 1 billion credits. So that's the goal. That's what the competition reward was. So yeah, I'll have to think of something else because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get another 20 million. Or sorry, not 20 million. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get another 1 billion credits again. I don't know why I said 20 million. It's probably what the cost of the cars are in the auction house. That's what popped into my head. I'm like, how am I going to be able to like sell so many of these cars in the auction house for 20 million credits? Because I don't have them. Nor do I, like, it takes a long time to do as well. But, yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I'll figure out something. But for now, that's pretty much it. Thank you to everybody that participated in the competition. And thank you for everyone that has been watching the videos and people who have enjoyed the Golden Tollgate. But like I said, we'll move on to something else. We'll figure out something. Anyway. But that's it. Thank you again for watching, everyone. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.